Part one. So, carne vitae is metaphorically true, uh, and you kind of gotta. It's easy to put oneself in that mindset, um, because like they hide in the darkness, kind of thing. They're this monster that has a really evil smile, like really wide, and that's because their mouths like are these gaping things, right? They hunt humans, but they slowly mimic them so they can like, and they're also contortionists, so they can be hiding in these cupboards, and then they'd like come out and crawl out, and then they'd be standing like that tall, and there's like crazy noises and stuff, and they're really smart. They'll watch you for days, and yeah, they'll most likely attack you while you're sleeping. So you're supposed to always have people with you, but like it might be that, but they would try to separate you, and the more they consume, the more they start to look like regular people, and it's hard to tell them apart. So I seen this one like she was either like a media lady or a politician, and she just had that look like she was one of those things. And they'd be like standing like even poking its head out like that, like watching you. But like that's something I like. It's actually kind of like looks like, yeah, it would kind of look like that if there was a body behind it. You'd be like watching you. You'd be like you'd see it. It's got these massive like freaking claws. But it starts out as this thing called the crawl, which is like this plant like meat material, and how it's metaphorically true is because like there's this you find out all the videos that warn you about it were like released by this like group rebel group, and the government's trying to cover it all up because they don't want the public to panic, all that sort of thing. And so, but there's also this like corporation or something that they're like, you got like this spice. They're like, oh, the spice is great. Yeah, put it on all your food. It's great for everything, all that. And then the same announcer guy, like 6 months later, is like, put this spice on your food. Like it was dumbing them down. And it's one of the things is if they hunt you in the ways that I said, you have to be extremely smart and about your wits. Like I could take these chairs and I could set these chairs up. So I could set them up like I could somewhat actively defend myself against one of those things. It's actually really good for like because it's such a weird description. Back to the food though, the food dumbs you down. And I can see it. So if the more they eat people, the more they become like this. The more the human they look. Is another way of saying like the more the demon like possesses a person. Like it's almost like reptilians, like the elites, whatever of that world would be these things, but that's what the elites really are because they're doing all that blood sacrifice shit. And I mean, you gotta think about the big giant, like horrific grin, smile, or whatever that they would have while they're looming over somebody who they fucking probably like human trafficked, did some shit with that, like fucking Epstein's fucking island. So like yeah, those fucking things exist like on Epstein's island is where those things live, and they've taken over everything, and they're trying to fucking spread like the demons, right? Uh, and there's different levels of this crawl thing, but like basically they want us all dumbed down and to the point that we can't survive without being dependent upon them. That way they could just like fucking farm us like cattle. And I mean, what else? I mean, there's some other stages of the Carne Pite where there's these giant monolithic statues. What happens is people people create mythologies and stuff, and they just like they can't help but to like have some synchronism. It's not that someone does this on purpose. It's probably like something in our subconscious is like, holy fuck, holy fuck, holy fuck, and so it's like causing us to like if there's actual muses, they're all like they're they're all like fucking shitting themselves right now, watching the world go to hell. So like everything that gets put out is probably gonna be like, oh wow, this is a lot like the apocalypse is gonna happen. Oh, it's just a movie. And then the propaganda people are like, yeah, let's put out another one too, and this will be like, this is how we want everyone to react, and yeah, like fucking one crawls out the fucking fridge. So it really makes you aware though of like where to check. And then there's other little paranoid things you can do. Just if you get it comes with you gotta have a decent sense of like empathy or some shit, I guess. To create the scenario in your mind. Still not like perfectly set up, but it's good for now. Not fully settled in. I think I'm gonna have some cherries. Yeah, I got a lot to eat still. Even if my brain's foggy.